How's it going, everybody? My name is Warner Fields with Fields of Profit. I'm a six-figure Amazon seller and full-time student, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to hire a VA for your business. It doesn't necessarily have to be an Amazon business. This is just my process for hiring a VA who's doing some product sourcing for me. I hired him about a week or two ago at this point, and it's been great. He's pretty well trained now, and we're getting some good leads from him. But it's a pretty easy process to actually hire a VA, and if you've been on the fence about hiring someone to kind of get some of that workload off of your back, I think it's definitely a worthwhile process. And if you're hiring from the Philippines or somewhere around there, it's honestly not that expensive to go ahead and just kind of dive into it and see what you can find. But we're just going to go ahead and jump into the video. Before we do so, if you could hit subscribe, I'm going to be helping your business out in this video. If you could help mine out by hitting that button, let's make this a trade. Let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do personally is I used a website called onlinejobs.ph. You're going to need to buy the paid version of it just to list your first job posting, so you can actually contact the workers that you're getting through this application. It's $70, but after that you can go ahead and cancel it. After you find your VA is what I'm going to do. I'm about to cancel it since I found my first VA. There's a link for that down below if you want to go ahead and check that out. So once you have an account on Online Jobs, you're going to go ahead and kind of just write out a job posting here. You're going to kind of come up with a job title for whatever you need. Again, I was hiring someone to do some online arbitrage sourcing for me. I'm hiring full-time employees. I would rather someone be pretty much fully devoted to my company. And I also gave my VA the option to work more hours if he wanted to. I'd rather him put in more hours working for me than kind of splitting his efforts between multiple companies. You'll put in a job description, which I'll go over. My exact job posting, and there's also I'm going to provide that for you guys if you want to copy my job posting or kind of adapt it for yourself. We'll talk about that. And you'll also want to figure out what kind of wages you need to pay, and this will vary depending on the jobs. For this case, I went ahead and searched tactical arbitrage across different resumes and kind of figured out what they were asking and then went from there. So a lot of these people were asking 400, they're asking 500 here. We got 700, 306 for a full-time employee here. You're looking at about $400 to $500. So I personally listed my job at $400 a month, and then negotiated it to $450, just so that we get somebody who is smart, but we're also getting good value out of them. So from there you're going to select all the, in my case for the skills I went ahead and used I think it was office and admin here, and then I also have this job posting. This is the exact job posting I used. If you want to download the job posting as well as the interview questions for when you go ahead and Skype your employees, there's a Gumroad link for that down below. It's totally free and you can just check this out on your own time. So I kind of just briefly described what I needed them to do. Kind of the softwares that I prefer them to use, in my case to find those leads, but maybe you're looking for someone to hire for video editing or something, you'd ask them to use Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, whatever you're using. List a little bit of benefits because you want to give and take, right? It's not all about what you need them to do. You can also provide some benefits for them. Like, for example, I don't care if they're working during American job hours, just as long as the work's done. So I said they can work whenever they want. They get paid bi-weekly, and they can also get time off as long as they request. I don't have a problem with that. Everybody needs time off from time to time. And then in the job response, I asked them to fill out their past experience with the extensions and softwares that we use. And then kind of a little bit of critical thinking I wanted to see in this actual first just initial reply. I wanted to see their favorite category for sourcing products in, just to kind of see what what they prefer as far as the actual work they'd be doing, and also that can kind of tell us a little bit about their expertise depending on the category they like to source in. And then I also had them include their favorite animal and why. Again, that's kind of critical thinking, and as well as if they are not including that information, you can very easily get rid of their job application because they're not thoroughly reading all of the job applications, and you don't want to hire someone or interview someone who's just bulk responding to job applications. You want someone who's kind of putting in effort to really try to get the job. So after you do post that job posting, you're going to get a whole bunch of messages. I think it was 30 within the first day. You can see I got 59 total before I ended up taking down the job posting because I found someone who worked for me. but you're going to kind of go through those job applications, make sure they answered your questions properly, and just kind of based on your own feel, see who you want to reach out to give a sample project to. So personally, I reviewed 40 of these resumes total. I handed the sample project to 10 of them, and then I got 7 of the sample projects back, and then from there I interviewed 3 of those people. Just because I wanted to get the best of the best. The sample project that I gave them was just a little bit of a Keepa test, and then I also had them reverse source a product. If you are doing online arbitrage, you kind of know what reverse sourcing is, but you want to see that they know how to do the job you are hiring them for. So maybe you're doing video editing again, maybe give them a little bit of a video to edit in Premiere. Don't make it take any longer than 30 minutes or an hour, just because you don't want to waste their time. Or if you do, make sure you pay them, just because they're people too. They're trying to get employment. If you don't want to waste too much of their time on a sample project. Mine was about a 3-page doc that shouldn't have taken too long. Most of them said they'd finished in about 30 minutes, so I was happy with that. And then from there, you can see who really is good at their job, is good at what they're saying they're good at. And so from there, I went ahead and I interviewed 3 people. I used this spreadsheet. Personally, I watched a video by Travis Marziani. I'm sure some of you guys know who that is, on hiring a VA. This is his spreadsheet. If you also want more information on hiring a VA, that's a great video. I'd highly recommend checking that one out. But here I just had them link some basic information and then what time to interview them. So from there, I called them on Skype and asked them a little bit of questions. Typically, the interviews ran for about 10 minutes. And then here are the questions I asked them. If you want to download these questions, again, the link for that is going to be down below for completely free. And then from there, I kind of got a feel for who I wanted to hire. And then we went ahead and set up actual employment, which is where the kind of the more complicated part comes into play, and we'll talk about that. So personally, the prospect of managing someone, making sure they're getting their tasks done, but also sharing passwords and all that good stuff, like kind of just the logistical part of it, was pretty difficult. Like, it seemed a little overwhelming to me. So I'm going to go through some of the tools that I personally use with my VA. The first tool I use is called LastPass. Let me see if I can pull it up here without giving away my passwords. And within LastPass, you can share passwords with your with anyone else you want to share it with. So within LastPass, you can actually share a folder full of passwords with your employees or someone in your family, and they can't actually see the password unless you allow them to. So within this folder right here, this shared VA folder, I have this shared with him. He can see the usernames and stuff, but he can't see what the passwords are. So especially if you're using the same password for a lot of stuff, and you don't fully trust someone you hire right off the bat, something like LastPass is a great tool for you to use. And so in this folder, I have my tactical arbitrage, my Keepa, and my Jungle Scout password shared with him, and then eventually I'll also add him to my Amazon seller account, but I just don't quite need that yet because he's just finding leads and not actually doing any purchasing or anything, but I might look into that down the road. Another thing you're going to want to think about is time management. I know some people use Hubstaff. Hubstaff can track it can do timesheets, it can track productivity and stuff. You can track what they're doing, so it's kind of a little bit of an invasion of privacy if you think about it that way. So I offered to use Hubstaff, but he said he'd prefer not to, which is totally fine. As long as he's producing the work that I'd expect him to, I don't have any problem with him. We're all people. If you're working for 8 hours straight, I'm not going to expect you to not spend 5-10 minutes checking your online banking or checking things that you don't want your employer to see. So I was totally fine with that. As long as we're still seeing the results that I should expect from an 8-hour workday, I don't have any problem with not having that kind of control. And then he just personally tracks his hours, and I'll kind of reference that against the things that he's sourcing, and if it makes sense, then I don't have any problem doing that. But if you want to manage your people a little more closely, you can use Hubstaff. It's a great tool. It's just, I think it's a little bit of an invasion of privacy, especially if they're not fully on board with using it, which he was not on board with using it, which is totally fine. And then the last thing you're going to want to think about for hiring your VA is how you're going to communicate with them. You can use whatever platform you want. I've heard some people use Slack. I personally used Discord, not only because I'm always on Discord anyway, with our free Amazon Discord, link down below if you want to check that out. But it's easier for me just to communicate with him on that. So I have a separate server, a separate Discord server for questions about things he's sourcing and stuff on Discord. So we just talk on Discord. You can also do video calls and screen sharing on Discord, so it works like Zoom in that way, for kind of showing him how things work. Like I had to jump on a call with him a couple days ago for about 20 minutes and show him how some things in tactical arbitrage work, and I saw just some good benefits from teaching him those things directly, on top of you providing them a good kind of document about what you're expecting of them. I have a step-by-step process for all the things I need him to do as far as sourcing for online arbitrage, and then I've also been able to talk to him, and with those two things combined, I think it's been a pretty good experience as far as training someone to do something that's honestly not a super easy task. The main thing I'd say is you want to be sure that your expectations are clear. Make sure you have it in writing, as far as how much you want them to work, what their output you're expecting is. You're going to, just trying to think of little last minute things. I pay mine through PayPal personally, and I add a little bit extra to cover the exchange fees and stuff. You may also want to set the expectation of maybe a weekly team meeting or something with your VA, just so you're always on the same page. But beyond that, I think that's about all of the information I have for hiring a VA. Again, there's a bunch of freebies down below. You can check out our free Amazon seller Discord. There's going to be free resources for this. The job posting and the questions to ask your VA are going to be listed down below, along with the link for onlinejobs.ph. Go ahead and check any of those things out if you're interested. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you found value in this video. But I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next time.